All right, we are going to get going. I am super excited to share. I'm going to share a little bit of my story and what I've experienced using these incredible products and just kind of what led me to them. So I have always lived a very healthy life, yet I was very much struggling with my health. From way back in like middle school, I was dealing with a lot of allergies, sick all the time. I would get migraines that would make me sick to my stomach. And I just never really felt good. And that kind of plagued me through life. And at 15, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune digestion disorder. And that is kind of the biggest piece to my story because the struggles that I went through with my digestion, when you are off, when you are so bloated and so crampy that you can't get off the couch and you like feel like there's knife stabbing into you, like you can't function. And also when you know that eating is just going to make you more sick, you don't want to eat. And I just really, really struggled through life with like trying to eat foods that work, trying to find a regulation with my digestion, with going from one way to the other way, all over the place, not running to the bathroom, not being worried about not making it to the bathroom, and just like feeling a sense of good and not like that bloat feeling is so uncomfortable. And I lived it almost my entire life. And so that is kind of what led me mainly to jumping in with Plexus and healing my gut. But there were so many other things. Like when I first started, I was a new mom, and the exhaustion that I felt, I was fully aware that mom life meant being more tired, but this was like a swimming through the mud exhaustion where I couldn't do anything. The only way I could function was sitting on the couch staring at a TV. Like anything beyond that, I would have anxiety about. Leaving my house caused me to have anxiety. Like just the thought of, oh my gosh, I have to leave my house. I have to make sure my baby's fed and ready to go and be on time. And like, oh my gosh, that was so much for me to handle. And so I was like, I need to figure out why all of these things are happening, why have so much brain fog, I can't think straight, why I have no energy, why I'm addicted to all of the carbs and the sugars and all of the things. I need to figure this out. And I had a friend actually going through some digestion things, and she started talking to me about gut health. And I started hearing about it and learning about it. And just when I heard about Plexus, it was kind of in the midst of me like going down this rabbit hole kind of what is gut health. And all of my symptoms that I were dealing with, it just lined up perfectly. Like gut health issues, gut health issues, gut health issues. And the fact I knew that I obviously had gut issues because I had my autoimmune digestion disorder, that was blaringly obvious, but I didn't quite realize that all of the other things I was going through were also linked to that. And I also had no idea how to fix it. I was reading some articles and trying to do some of the things, but it just wasn't giving me much for results. And so when I heard about Plexus and looked into it, everything that I was reading about, like balance your blood sugar, high quality probiotics, right, supplementation, all of it was what Plexus offered, reducing your inflammation. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm out here searching and trying to do all of this when here it is, like this perfect little simple,
In a
which was,
box. Like, here you go,
yes,
Michelle.
yes, this simple solution of like, oh, that's all I need. And another thing is like, I was spending so much money and driving out of my way to go to a natural food store or supplement store to get these products that I was trying that weren't actually giving me any results. And so I'm like, crap, it shows up at my door. It's in this perfect foolproof system box, like, hello, yes, please. And actually, it saves me money because it's less expensive than all the other things I was buying. And so I jumped in, honestly, very skeptical of like, I don't really know. We were living credit card bill to credit card bill. So I saw some savings potential, but it was also still an investment. But my husband was like, we'll figure it out. I knew that I needed to figure something out. So we went with it. And I, for the first time in my life, my entire life, felt a change with taking a supplement. And to me, that was massive. The only thing that I had ever felt any kind of change on was medication, and only some medications did I feel a change on. The ones for my autoimmune weren't doing anything for me. They were not helping my digestion issues at all. And the energy, nothing touched. Like, I was just like, there's something to this. And so with that, it was like, I got to keep going with this. And I also want to do more, because whatever this is, it's working. So what can I do to give me even more results? And with that, it was like, okay, it's going to cost more though. So I am an exercise physiologist. I was working as a personal trainer at the time. I was like, I have the clientele sitting right in front of me. So I just started talking with some of my clients who were already looking for health support. Obviously, I was their personal trainer. And my mom has some health issues. So I talked to her. I talked with my best friend who has severe mental health issues. And just like that, my products were covered. And that was huge for me, because credit card bill to credit card bill, like, we can't pay our bills. So having my products covered right out of the gate was really big. And then I also was already making just a little bit extra to pay for our groceries every month, or to pay for the gas, or whatever it was. And as time went on, I started seeing more and more and more results, and I completely turned my health around. My husband got on board. Our kids are on board. We're all like living that story of health now, and it's incredible. And a week ago tomorrow, my husband actually left his career of 10 years because he was no longer happy and fulfilled by it. And it was because I kind of did that dabbling in the beginning that grew and grew and grew. And I turned this into a significant size business to allow my husband to no longer have to work and to be home with our family. So it's been incredible for me. So Elyse, I will go ahead and turn it over to you, and you can share a little bit of what you've experienced.
So I started on the products, was January 2020, and I was a year post-divorce and just really wanted to start feeling better. I wanted to feel myself. I wanted to have more energy, and I didn't realize that you were supposed to go to the bathroom every single day. I was kind of like, every 2 or 3 days. I didn't know, but I didn't have like that comfort, I guess. I don't know. I was just used to it, right? So when I started using the products, I noticed that my energy started to increase. I started going to the bathroom every day. My brain fog was lifting, and yeah, and my blood pressure has been one of the things that, even through the last 3 years of the stress and different things, like, my blood pressure has always stayed in a healthy range, which I'm so grateful for. And I know that's due to the products. I've had weight loss, and also just my sons also, they're on the products when they're at my house, and they love them. They ask for them. So it can be, that's amazing when they're getting quality stuff and seeing how it affects them also. My oldest, he's calmer, also regular. My youngest never had an issue with that, but my older did. And so I'm grateful for that. Also, last year when the reset came out, I did that in the summer, lost weight. Like, my body responds so well. And then I just I didn't really do it last fall. And I had some other life things come up, but I know that I have been consistent with taking my products, and I'm so grateful. I went through some more life changes last fall, and just, I know that my health could have been in a much worse place if I wasn't like sticking to my regimen to support me, if that makes sense. So this year I committed to doing a reset, one every month. And this past month was the first month that I was able to keep off the weight that I lost. And so that's huge in making the turn, because I've always been a person that I can drop weight, but maintaining that weight loss has been a struggle. And have some other health things going on that I'm working on. And this has been supportive for me. So I think the most inspiring thing is like seeing what it's done in my own life, and just the more people that I meet and hearing stories. Like earlier tonight, I just listened to two ladies share about their thyroid. The week before was talking about ADHD and gallbladder. It's so fascinating how it's like once you get to the root problem, and majority of the people start with the triplex, and a majority of people start because they have something going on in their life that they haven't gotten answers to yet, or results. And this is giving them the results. And so I want to be able to share and help people feel their best, because gosh, I know like feeling in the dumps is not a fun place and nobody wants to stay there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The dumps is, and I feel like so much, like people are just, they're living like this life of this is just what it's meant to be for me. Like they're almost in this acceptance because they don't know what else. And a lot of the time people don't understand that it's not normal. Like they're just so used to it that they're like, oh yeah, this is me. It's like, no, that like that stuff isn't normal. We
Right.
should feel good, and you can feel good and amazing at any age.
Right.
It's not
Yes.
like, it's always like oh, I'm just getting older. That's what happens when you're older. No, no, it doesn't have to be what happens as you get older. You
Yeah.
should still like, you can still feel good, and you just need to take care of yourself. But our modern lifestyles don't really support that, unfortunately.
Totally. And one more thing I want to share, Michelle. I was just thinking about this. Like I always had a sweet tooth. I've always had one. And I
Me too.
really noticed how much I don't. I was looking back, and like years ago, I used to have a soda habit. That wasn't my story when I first started Plexus. Um, but the sweets has always kind of been a thing. And I don't like, I'll have some, even for example, just like Valentine's Day, my kids, we participated in a neighborhood Valentine's exchange, and they had all this stuff and we went through it, and I'm like, okay, you can have certain stuff, and then it's going out. And I didn't even want any of it. And that speaks volumes, because that sugar bug craving is huge. And so that for me is like super powerful.
Yeah, I was the same way. And I had two things. Like I eat healthy because I love vegetables. I always have fruits, vegetables, that kind of stuff. But I always still had some kind of sugary thing. Like even if I ate a big plate of fruits and vegetables, then I'd be like, all right, where's my dessert? Like there always had to be, and like my breakfast is even like sugary cereal or like a sugary protein shake. I was always following something up with a massive amount of sugar. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately for some reason. After we got married, we had an extra wedding cake. And it was, of
Mm,
course, that giant, like 5-layer thing. And every night after dinner for a solid week or however long it took me to eat it all, Tyler didn't really eat much of it. I would take a massive slice. It was like filling an entire dinner plate. It was
yeah.
so big, and ice cream on top. And I would just, and every night he was like, you're gonna eat that? I'm like, absolutely. And now there's no way.
You
I
can have
would
like a
wake up
bite or
like,
two,
yes,
or yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And we just took the girls to frozen yogurt the other day because JD woke up with a dry diaper. We're working on breaking the overnight diaper thing. And I didn't want any, like, I didn't get any, and I didn't feel deprived. I didn't want any, like, I didn't even want a bite of theirs. So I was like, no. But Sophie's like, do you want something? Like, no, I don't. It's not because I am trying to restrict myself. I just didn't
Totally.
want
I
it.
just don't crave it anymore.
No, not at all. And we'll go into that. This is part of that magical reason I don't crave it anymore. So a quick overview of just a few of our products, because we were kind of touching base on the triplex, which is what I started on 7 years ago. It's been my solid for 7 years. I have added quite a few things, but it was really what gave me that first step. So the pink drink, the main thing it does is it balances your blood sugar, and that's our master hormone. So I feel like everyone's always looking for hormone support, men, women, all of the teenagers, and we're always looking at the sex hormones. Those are the ones that always pop out. However, your master hormone, the one that affects all of the other ones and have the largest effect of your body, is insulin. And so if we keep your insulin balanced, then all of your other hormones are more likely to be in a very balanced state. Unfortunately, it's not that easy because of the sugar addiction, because we, for some reason, live in this lifestyle that we're constantly eating, which is making your body constantly produce insulin, which causes blood sugar roller coasters. We are eating lots of carby, sugary foods. We're lacking the protein. We're lacking the fiber. We're just living a lifestyle that causes our blood sugar to do this all day long. And that is what's called insulin. It's going to cause insulin resistance. It basically imbalance of your insulin. And so it's going to imbalance your other hormones as well. So things that you notice a lot of the time with the pink drink, it can help support healthy weight loss, improve digestion, regularity, energy, mood, reducing cravings, improving sleep, all of that kind of stuff. I like to say this calms me. Like this, it saved my children's life a few times. When I hit that moment, I'm like, Mommy hasn't had her pink drink. Where's my pink drink? So this is incredible. It also helps with like a natural detox. I love it. And then I don't have the other bottle sitting in front of me, but the other two products of the triplex is the BioCleanse, and this is the ProBio 5. They work very synergistically. And the way to kind of explain what they do is, if we talk about cleaning a toilet, you don't just put the cleaner in and scrub. Like, you don't just leave it there. Like, you got to flush all that crap away. The dirt's got to go somewhere. You don't clean it and let the dirt sit. So the cleaner and the scrubber is the ProBio 5, which is this guy. And that what it does is it's bacteria, it's probiotics. So it's your good, healthy bacteria coming in and adding that healthy ecosystem to your body. It also has digestive enzymes. So that's going to help break down your food. But that's kind of like the cleaner a little bit of a cleaner situation. Break down that food so you can absorb those nutrients that we need to live and survive. It also has a yeast overgrowth killer, and that helps get rid of excess yeast that pretty much all of us are walking around with, and has a laundry list of health issues that come from it. One of those is actually a sugar addiction, because our carbs and sugars feed that yeast. And so if you have a sugar addiction, you likely have a yeast overgrowth as well. So it goes and it breaks that down. So all of that goes in and it breaks down all the dirt and the yucky. And then we have the BioCleanse, the other product, the other capsule that comes in, and that's the flush. It flushes all of those toxins out. It gets rid of all the bad. So then it makes room for the good that comes with the ProBio 5. So they work together to give incredible results, really focusing primarily on the gut health side of it, but that expands into everything, because your gut is your second brain. It has actually a stronger impact on your body than your brain does, because your gut talks louder than your brain, because there's two different pathways, and the one from the gut to the brain has been shown to be stronger and more powerful than the brain to the gut. So we really need to focus on feeding our gut if we want to be our healthiest, best self. And in reach, perfect. So the other product I was going to highlight super quick is the Reset. This is a newer product that we launched over the summer. This actually hasn't been opened yet. I'm going to open it and show you real quick what it looks like. My friendly little orange box that I love so much. It comes with this awesome little pamphlet that tells you exactly what to do, has product information, schedules, any kind of
Tips,
like
tricks,
troubleshooting, all the things. And then, so this is a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. It's as beautiful as day 1, day 2, day 3. It is the most foolproof thing I have ever seen in my life. You open it up and it literally tells you your schedule. what to take first thing in the morning. I think that's morning. First thing in the morning, here's your breakfast, here's your mid-afternoon, here's your lunch, here's your snack, here's your dinner, here's your nighttime. And then all of the products are laid out in the box for you. This is your entire nutrients for the day. All you need to do is add water to some of the things. You can literally, I have people that just grab this and go to work. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
Like you just need water and that's it to
Yeah,
add.
that's it. You just need to add water to the things that require water. And you don't have to worry about what you're eating throughout the day because it's all right there. There are not a lot of calories because it is a fast. There is about a little over 500 to 600 calories, depending if you mix with milk or water with the shake. And what this does is it resets your metabolism at the cellular level, but it really resets your whole body. You're going to see differences. You're going to lose weight. It's actually clinically shown to give at least 1% of fat loss in 3 days. And it's not burning muscle. The muscle on the results I have seen, people are actually gaining muscle and losing fat during the reset. 4 to 6 pounds weight loss is on average. You're going to see clear skin, improved sleep. But the sleep was actually the favorite thing that I got out of it when I did it. I slept the deepest, best sleep of my life for like 2 weeks afterwards. It was so good. It's incredible for reducing bloat, improving digestion, mental clarity. I love the mental challenge of the reset. I have so many people that come to me and have just had this whole mindset shift with so many different things. A lot of it is based around food, and people are realizing like, oh my gosh, I walk by the kitchen and I just grab something without even realizing it. I'm making my kids dinner and I'm grabbing and I'm having a little snack here and there. Like, you do so many mindless things throughout the day, and it really gives you this awareness of like, what am I doing every day? So I love that. There's one other thing.
I feel for me, when I've done it 3 times. It's like the clarity that I have. Like, I feel like I have like this creative boost on day 2,
Yeah.
and day 3 when I do the reset. And I know that's totally from the
Yeah.
fasting piece. And I'm
Also
like,
the
so
sense of
powerful.
accomplishment too, of like, oh my God, like you want to say like you can do anything for 3 days, and it really shows you can do anything for 3 days. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I did it.
Right.
Another incredible thing, there's amazing science behind immune system and fasting. It is shown that 72-hour fast resets your immune system. Who doesn't need an immune system reset right now? Like, if you're sick and tired of being sick, guess what? This is incredible. So I love how simple and easy. And a nice thing too is nobody wants to starve themselves for 3 days. Nobody wants to starve themselves, period. And the way this is created, it is very high in protein and it's very high in fiber. So you don't feel like you're starving yourself. You're not like, I'm going to chew off my arm and my leg. And you don't have also the blood sugar plummets that come from fasting. A lot of the time it's really hard to make it through fasting because your blood sugar is tanked. This supports your blood sugar and keeps it in a healthy range. So you don't have that. So this is incredible. I love this tool. And I love when it comes to weight loss, I see the best results from the monthly, sorry, not the weekly, the monthly reset. My husband has had incredible results. I've just seen him like his inflammation, like he's just lost inches and his face is just coming out. Like, I'm starting to actually see like he has a face, not just a big round pudge. And so it's really fun to see results from that. So those are a couple of my favorite products, and the Reset Triplex combo is absolutely one of my favorites. It's very simple for all of the things. It's only 3 regular products, 3 days of resetting, and you're good. And a lot of the time when I see people have the best results, it's because they're doing it with somebody else. And when it comes to the reset specifically, doing it with someone else really yields the best results. It's easier to stick to. If you look at all things in life, you always want a buddy to help with
Yeah, an
accountability.
accountability partner. Mhm.
accountability partners are huge. As a personal trainer, I was paid, like people paid me good money to just be their accountability partner. Like they would come and they're like, I know how to work out. I'm just not going to do it if I don't have you sitting here waiting for me and I'm not giving you my money. So having buddies to do this with increases your results tenfold. We actually have research company wide that shows if you get started with 3 people, you are 90% more likely to see the results you're looking for and stick to it for a year. That's crazy.
That's
That is
amazing.
crazy. And you obviously want to stick to something like this because you're sticking with it because you're feeling good, because you're having the results you're looking for, because you're having that energy. You're going about life with, you're no longer in that lackluster living. You're in that like excitement feeling. You're loving who you are. You're feeling confident in your clothes and in your skin. And so one thing I find is incredible, like we have that research that shows, you do this with 3 friends out of the gate, you're going to be around in a year.
Yeah.
We reward that. We reward that with $300. You start with 3 people, you get $300, and that goes and covers your products for your first few months too. So you also don't have to worry about how am I going to pay for this. We don't want money to be the reason you're not supporting your health, you're not feeling your best, you're not showing up as your best self. So that $300 goes miles. And if your friends stick with it like you do, when they have 3 friends to stick with it and all of that, your products are going to be forever paid for and covered. And yes, please. And that's kind of how I started with it, was just like, I grabbed a couple of my friends and then they grabbed a couple of my friends and it just kind of kept growing from there. And here I am 7 years later. So something
Making
worked.
6 figures, driving a Lexus, and going on company paid trips, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. It's like you can start and just get your health goals, and start feeling better, because when we feel better and we have confidence, we show up in the world a completely different person. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. Yep. Exactly. Anything else you'd like to share, friend?
Um, Gosh, if any of that touched anybody, like if there was one piece, I'd say let's have a further chat and let's get you started. Let's figure out what your goals are, and would love to connect with you and be part of that community to help you live a better life.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Thank you so
Helping all
much,
the people.
Michelle.
You are so welcome.
Well, you guys have a great evening, and thank you for being here.